would never have the patience or the tolerance of God. A few years ago, a man approached me before one of our programs, and he took me into a room. He said, "Father, I need to speak with you." And we were getting ready for an evening of reflection, so I was kind of rushing, but he seemed like he had this urgent need to talk. So he sat down and he said, I've been having a difficult time with my son, and we have these angry arguments. And he said, tonight, right before I left the house, we got into another one of those arguments. And we were going back and forth, and my son said to me, "I hate you." And he walked out. And he said, and I cannot get those words out of my head. I hate you. That is how God experiences our turning away. We may not say, "I hate you," but it's that kind of turning from the face of God that is so hurtful. The imagery of God in Hosea is that of a parent, and specifically it's that of a mother, because we hear in Hosea that the parent takes the child to the cheek and feeds the child. That's usually the mother's job, isn't it? The God of Hosea is disappointed, but like every loving mother or father, hasn't given up on us. Now today, we come to the sacrament of reconciliation with some image of God. Is it an angry God? Or is it a disappointed God? Or maybe for you, you have in your mind the image of the God that you are angry at because God didn't come through for you when you needed God. Whatever our image of God, we come today with our own sinfulness, our own weakness. And if we can only imagine the God who is disappointed even when we're angry and hurt because we have forgotten how much God loves us. If we can see the disappointed God in the moments when we've given up, it might help, because we'll return to that God who calls us back with open arms. Think about it. We usually try even harder when we know somebody has our best interests at heart and isn't waiting to just clobber us over the head for our mistakes. We're more careful, we're more respectful, and we're less fearful. That's the beginning of a true relationship with God, and it puts an end to that view of God as the warden in the jail who's ready to club us and knock us down. The sacrament of reconciliation that we're about to celebrate helps us with that relationship, to see the God who welcomes us with open arms. Now, so many people have said to me over time, why do I need to come to the sacrament of reconciliation? I have my own relationship with God. I don't really need this. But, you know, we can say we don't really need this sacrament. But I think of it this way. It's a moment that we can speak out loud what we have in here and have somebody else hear it. God hears it for sure, but to speak it out loud makes the difference. And I think of this. I've heard a lot of married couples say about one another as their marriage slips into oblivion. They say, you know, the truth is we don't really talk to one another. We have to say things sometimes. We have to get them out even when we're hurt in order to let the other person know. And so coming to the sacrament of reconciliation today is like feeling the heartbeat of God close to us. We become more responsible for ourselves, and we don't disappoint the God who loves us to the end. And so as we come today to this sacrament, let's be aware of God's enormous and unfathomable love, but also of God's high expectations for us. You know, it's not that we can continue to disappoint God over and over again because God knows our potential. And let's rest in that knowledge that the God who has sent Jesus Christ to heal the world will make all things possible. And with that confidence, with that trust, we are not afraid. Let's take a few moments now to examine our conscience, to reflect on the questions that are printed for you in your program. What is my sin, and for what do I ask forgiveness today? What hurt or anger am I holding on to? And who is it that I might forgive? And what is keeping me from acting in reconciliation at this time?